Okay, good afternoon to the Board of Commissioners. The date today is Tuesday, March 17, 2020. And I'm calling the meeting to order. I'd like to have a roll call. Members, please.
Commissioner
Present.
Commissioner Fauci?
Present.
Commissioner DeFilippo?
Present.
Okay, thank you. Okay, today's meeting, of course, is the COVID-19 pandemic issue, and the county commissioners have an important role in this. I'm just going to read through this. I'm Commissioner Gary Eichelberger for the record. And on behalf of my colleagues here, Commissioner Gene Fauci and Commissioner Vince DeFilippo, we have a declaration of disaster emergency for Cumberland County. This declaration allows the board to direct the Department of Public Safety to coordinate activity response to take all appropriate action needed to alleviate the effects of COVID-19. In addition, the courthouse will be closed March 18 and Thursday, March 19 to all visitors, and will open to essential personnel only. During this time, the Board of Commissioners will discuss a mitigation plan for all Cumberland County government operations. We will be updating the public with our plan on Thursday, March 19th. Having noted that, I would like to read the declaration that we will be taking action on momentarily. This is the Declaration of Disaster Emergency dated today, March 17, 2020. Okay, whereas a novel coronavirus, COVID-19, has spread to 150 countries and territories, including the United States, and whereas COVID-19 is a disease capable of causing severe symptoms or loss of life, particularly to older populations and those individuals with pre-existing conditions. And whereas presumed positive cases of COVID-19 exist in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, including Cumberland County, and the possible increased threat by COVID-19 constitutes a threat of imminent disaster to the health of the citizens of the Commonwealth and of Cumberland County. Whereas this threat of imminent disaster has caused schools to close and businesses to close or limit hours of operation, prompting municipal governments, including counties, to declare local disaster emergencies because of COVID-19. And whereas Governor Tom Wolf issued a proclamation of disaster emergency on March 6, 2020, which urged governing bodies of all political subdivisions affected by the COVID-19 emergency to act as necessary in meeting the current exigencies as legally authorized under his proclamation, without regard to time-consuming procedures and formalities normally prescribed by law, mandatory constitutional requirements accepted. And whereas emergency measures are required to reduce the severity of this disaster and to protect the health, safety, and welfare of residents in Cumberland County. Now therefore, we, the undersigned commissioners of Cumberland County, pursuant to the provisions of section 7501 of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Service Code 35 PA CSA section 1701, do hereby declare the existence of a disaster emergency in Cumberland County. Further, we direct the Cumberland County Department of Public Safety to coordinate the activities of the emergency response and to take all appropriate action needed to alleviate the effects of this disaster, to aid in the restoration of essential public services, and to take any other emergency response action deemed necessary to respond to this disaster emergency. Further, we request that residents and all other persons to refrain from coming to and entering into the Cumberland County Courthouse and all Cumberland County buildings and facilities to address non-essential and non-emergency activities during the time this declaration is in effect. The only exception being any court proceedings and court-related matters as specifically indicated by the order of President Judge of Cumberland County that shall be conducted. This declaration shall not affect any limitations and restrictions previously imposed on visitation and access to Claremont Nursing Home and the Cumberland County Prison, which limitations and restrictions shall continue to apply independent of this declaration. Further, residents and all other persons are requested to view public meetings of the Board of Commissioners during the time that this declaration remains in effect that are available by the live streaming link available on the Cumberland County website through the URL https://www.ccpa.net/ as opposed to attending public meetings of the Board of Commissioners in person. And further, the chief clerk and deputy chief clerk, and through them, their designees, are authorized and directed to take all appropriate action needed to alleviate the effects of this disaster, maintain essential public services, and take any other action deemed necessary to respond to this disaster emergency as if the same were ordered and directed by the Board of Commissioners. And further, that Cumberland County, effective as of the date of declaration and until otherwise directed by the Board of Commissioners, shall operate only with essential employees, being those designated employees of Cumberland County departments which perform functions essential to the health and safety of Cumberland County residents, and those employees whose services are essential to the operation of the business of Cumberland County during the time of this disaster declaration. And further, that the Commissioners of Cumberland County shall consider additional compensation for essential employees due to the length and exigencies of this emergency situation, as the Commissioners in their discretion shall decide. It is not being the intention of the Commissioners to penalize financially any employees of Cumberland County due to this emergency situation. Further, this declaration of disaster emergency shall remain in effect and be continued in excess of 7 days from its effective date until terminated by subsequent action by the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners. And this declaration will take effect immediately upon passage by the Board of Commissioners. And we will be signing this, assuming that it passes. And for this to pass, I will need from my colleagues a motion and a second before we vote.
I'll move to declare a disaster emergency as of March 17th, 2020.
I second the motion.
Motion is moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 It's voted unanimously. Okay, that is now in effect. And to formalize this, we will sign the agreement as well. We will formalize the agreement by signing it, each of us, and then it will be attested to by the chief clerk. So go ahead and take care of this immediately. Okay, Mr. Chairman, motion. Okay, in keeping with the legal requirements of the meeting, we do open the floor to any public comment at this time. I see no one requesting public comment, so with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you.